I never expected one simple post to bring back so many memories from my past. But there I was, standing in the middle of the storm I had accidentally started. It all began last Saturday. I posted a photo on social media to share a big moment in my career. In the picture, I stood next to my boss, Mr. Nealon, shaking hands after getting a promotion. The caption said, "Hard work pays off. Officially promoted to department lead." I thought it was just a way to celebrate my effort and success. I had no idea that post would wake up the past I thought I'd left behind. My name is Tara, I'm 26. After years of struggle, I was finally promoted at Carter Solutions. I had started as a junior assistant and worked my way up to department lead. It took 6 years of hard work, late nights, and a lot of patience. I earned this promotion on my own, and that made it even more special. As I enjoyed the moment, my phone suddenly buzzed. I looked at the screen and froze. It was a number I hadn't seen in years, my mother's. "Hello?" My voice was barely a whisper. "Tara, sweetheart," she said, sounding cheerful and fake, just like I remembered. "Your father and I saw your post. We're so proud of you." Those words hit me hard. Proud? Where was that pride when I needed it most? "Thanks," I said, gripping my desk to stop my hands from shaking. "We should celebrate," she said excitedly. "Tea. Come visit this weekend. We'll throw a party. The whole family wants to see how well you're doing." The whole family. That meant Jamie, my younger sister, the favorite, the one who could do no wrong. "I'll think about it," I said, my throat tight. "Please do, darling. We've missed you," my mother added sweetly. "It's time to let go of the past, don't you think?" When the call ended, I just sat there, holding the phone. It had been 8 years since I left that house and promised myself I wouldn't go back. I looked down at the bracelet on my wrist, the one with the medical alert tag for my nut allergy. It reminded me of the neglect I'd lived with for so long. My grandma's words came back to me. Family is the people who treat you like family, not just the ones who share your blood. She had been my real support. She believed in me, helped me through school, and celebrated every step I took. The thought of returning to that house made my stomach turn. Jamie's face came to mind. She's 4 years younger than me, and my parents always treated her like the favorite. I got used clothes and forgotten birthdays. Jamie got fancy gifts, big parties, and endless praise. I remembered one dinner when someone asked my parents why they treated us so differently. "Tara's independent," my mom said. "Jamie has real talent that needs attention." Even as a kid, I knew what that meant. Jamie was the star. I was just the shadow. The living room looked just the same as before. Jamie's awards and pictures still covered the walls, her framed degree, photos from art shows and fancy events. Jamie was sitting in Dad's old chair, scrolling on her phone. She barely looked at me when I came in. "We're so proud of you, sweetheart," Mom said as we headed to the dining room. "It's great to see you doing so well." "Very proud," Dad added with a small nod from the couch. At the table, I noticed something strange. All the food was nut-free, which was surprising. My family had never paid attention to my allergy before. Then Grandma arrived. Her warm hug reminded me why I had agreed to come. Dinner started with small talk and polite laughs. But when the main course was served, Mom stood up to give a speech. "We're here to celebrate Tara's amazing achievement," she said with a big smile. "Her promotion to department lead shows that hard work really pays off." But then she added more. "And speaking of success," she said, turning to Jamie, "Jamie's working on her art career and could use some help. Tara, maybe you can help her get a job at your company? Family helps family, right?" The room went quiet. Everyone was looking at me. I forced a smile. "I actually don't handle hiring," I said. "That's not part of my job." Mom's smile faded. "But surely with your position—" "Excuse me," I cut in. "Mom, Dad, can I talk to you in private?" In the kitchen, things got heated. "I thought tonight was about my promotion," I said calmly, "not about helping Jamie get a job." "Don't be selfish," Mom snapped. "Jamie needs this." "Selfish?" I asked, shocked. "You reached out after 8 years of silence just to ask for a favor. And I'm the selfish one?" Dad's tone turned cold. "We gave Jamie everything. The least you can do now is help her." Nothing was settled, and we returned to the table with tension in the air. I sat down again, ignoring the worried looks from Grandma and Aunt Linda. The food was served. I took a bite of the creamy chicken dish, my mind still spinning. Right away, I tasted something strange, a nutty flavor. My throat started to close. I dropped my fork, panicking. "Peanuts!" I gasped, reaching into my purse for my EpiPen. Chairs scraped as people jumped up. "Call 911, Grandma shouted. My vision blurred. My throat tightened more. I felt a hand grab mine, Grandma's. "Stay with me, sweetheart," she said, her voice shaking but strong. The room spun, voices faded, and then everything went black. I woke up to the sound of beeping. My throat burned. My body felt heavy. I blinked and saw Grandma next to me in a hospital chair. She looked worried. "Oh, thank God," she said when I opened my eyes. "You scared us, Tara. The doctor said it was one of the worst reactions they've seen." I tried to speak. My voice was rough. "The food, they knew." Her face darkened. "We'll talk about it later. Just rest now." Before I could say anything else, Aunt Linda and her daughter Sophie rushed in. Sophie looked pale and was holding her phone tightly. "Tara," she said, her voice shaking, "you need to see this." She handed me her phone. On the screen was a video she had taken during dinner. In it, after I had left the room, Jamie walked over to my plate. She pulled a small jar from her purse and stirred something into my food. Then she smiled and sat back down. "That's peanut butter," Aunt Linda said, her voice cold. She knew exactly what she was doing. My stomach turned. Jamie hadn't made a mistake. She had done it on purpose. She tried to... I couldn't finish the sentence. "She could have killed you," Grandma said, her voice breaking. Full of shock and anger, I left the hospital against the doctor's advice. Sophie had sent the video to my phone. I felt the weight of it in my pocket as I drove straight to my parents' house. Inside, they were sitting in the living room like nothing had happened. Jamie barely looked up. "Why are you here? Shouldn't you be in the hospital being dramatic?" I walked in, trying to keep my voice steady. "I know what you did, Jamie." She looked up, pretending to be angry. "How dare you accuse me?" "Don't act innocent," I said, pulling out my phone. "I have proof." I played the video for them. The room went quiet as they watched her put peanut butter in my food. Jamie turned pale, then laughed a cold, fake laugh. "Oh, come on, it was just a prank. You're always so dramatic." "A prank?" I yelled. "I could have died. The doctor said I almost didn't make it." Mom rolled her eyes. "You're overreacting. Jamie was just joking around." "Joking?" I stared at them in disbelief. "I had a life-threatening allergic reaction, and you think it's funny?" Dad's voice turned sharp. "If you go to the police, you're no longer our daughter. We'll cut you out of everything." At that moment, I knew for sure. They were never really my family. I left the house without saying another word. When I got home, I sat at my desk, staring at the video. My hand shook as I hovered over the upload button. Then I took a deep breath and clicked it. I posted the video with the caption, "Tonight I learned what family really means." My sister put peanut butter in my food, knowing I could die. My parents said it was just a prank. This is the last time I'll call them family. The response was immediate. People were shocked and angry. Friends, coworkers, and even distant relatives messaged me. Aunt Linda shared the video too, and Sophie spread it on her own accounts. My parents and Jamie tried to fight back online. They called me a liar and attention seeker. But the video told the truth, and no one believed them. The next day, I went to the police and filed a report. I gave them the video. As I left the station, I felt lighter, like a heavy weight had been lifted. Later that day, a lawyer came to my apartment with a letter. It said I had been disowned and taken out of their will. Jamie posted a tearful video saying I had ruined her life, but no one bought her act, not after seeing the smirk she wore in the video.